Hello, I'm Keith Kreischer with the IoT M2M Council, or IMC, and we're here at the inaugural Embedded World North America event in Austin, Texas. And I'm joined by my good friend and colleague, Bob Blumenscheid from Digi International. Bob, welcome.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks for having me.
And how's the show going so far? I mean, it's the first one.
Yeah, it's really great. We're really enjoying our time here. Digi's been a long time exhibitor at Embedded World in Germany, even going back to Sindelfingen before it was in Nuremberg.
Ah.
And so we've been there for many years, and it's just a great place to meet developers, embedded designers, and see what they're doing.
Right. In Nuremberg, of course, is kind of the mothership. It's the big show. This is the Nuremberg show branching out for the first time.
Yeah, no, and we did one in Asia. We've participated in Embedded World in Asia, so it's a global presence.
Talk to us about what Digi's bringing this week. This is the IMC Pavilion. You guys are joining us this week. You know, what's on tap for this week?
So it's important that Digi, we're in the IoT space, and that we want to be part of the IMC Pavilion because we want to attract the attention of people looking for IoT. We've been doing Wi-Fi connected devices, Bluetooth, and of course our XP product line, where we've sold over 20 million of those for short range,
Is that what we've got right here?
Yeah, we've got one right here that we'll be talking about. And this is a development kit with XP, 20 million sold since 2005. And so we've been in the IoT space back before it was IoT, when it was M2M, and before it was remote telemetry or whatever.
We were before it was cool.
Yeah, exactly. So we've been doing this. And now embedded developers are starting to make IoT devices. They have to make connected devices. And they moved from an embedded space to an IoT space, and some of them didn't know.
Right.
Didn't know that they're now making IoT devices.
Embedded World, obviously a highly technical audience, you've got a lot of developers here, but not necessarily people who are expert in connectivity.
Exactly right, and that's what Digi was based on. Our slogan is connect with confidence, because we started as a networking company in 1985. We've been around for that time, providing rock solid connecting capabilities. And we moved into wireless, and we brought embedded to wireless very early, and our approach was we implement it, we pre-certify it, we provide you with a solid connection, and it's integrated in our hardware and software, so it just works. So now you've got that was really a Digi knows wireless for a long time, but we really let customers connect with confidence and focus on their application and not on implementing wireless along with everything else.
Right. So what are the biggest hurdles then for developers? This is a big audience of developers right here.
Yeah. So we went from having to go from an embedded device, you ship and forget it. You might, how do you update it? You don't, you just let it go. Now it's a connected device, and that's table stakes. You have to create a connected device with not only the ability to update it after it ships, but the ability to collect information and maintain it and provide remote capabilities. But today, it's more than a connected device, it's a secure connected device. And we just came from the panel, the IMC panel, talking about the requirements of security that are coming out. And Digi's really leading on that. We're providing secure services around our embedded and IoT products. So customers can really implement secure connected devices today without having to dive deep into the requirements by working with Digi.
Right. Obviously a huge increase in the number of cyber attacks and breaches, which is bringing in turn regulation from government, and in turn being addressed with standards and certifications. I mean, it's a whole ecosystem unto itself. So.
Exactly right. And the challenge of an embedded developer today is they don't have to just make a secure product. They have to protect their company. They're protecting their whole company from breach or malware or ransomware, and it will kill their company if their product is the one in the news talking about a security breach. And I don't know whether an embedded hardware developer, software developer thinks that way, but there's somebody in their company who is awake at night thinking that way. And they need to get together and think about that.
Right. Let's talk about the future. What's up next?
Yeah, so this has been secure connected devices is a big change from 5 years ago. And You know, you walk around the show and you see nothing but AI ML and edge intelligence. And we're showing that in our booth with some microprocessors. But I brought this demo. It is our XB. It's a cellular XB that sends data out, and it collects data from sensors. And if you hold this up, you'll see a green light on that little camera sensor. And that's a small camera that is looking at your face and recognizing it. So I have a dashboard on my phone that says I detected a face.
Right.
Now, Keith, I have to ask you, what would you pay for a sensor like that that had a camera and an edge intelligence integrated to recognize a face?
Wow, I mean, it's pretty spectacular, frankly.
Yeah.
Just the idea that you can do something in such a compact little environment.
Yeah, so it's doing that on that sensor. We're just sending the information out. That's a $10 sensor from our partner at SparkFun.
Wow.
So it's here today. So what's the use case? Say you have a gas pump or EV charger that's now playing advertising to you, and you have to watch the advertisement while you pump. Well, they're selling that, and I say, well, I want to advertise, but how long are people actually watching that advertisement while they're pumping gas? I mean, how many faces are you showing? And you say, well, I don't know. But with a $10 sensor, you can provide information about how many faces are looking at that thing. And there's no security, there's no privacy issues, because it's just sending, I see a face or I don't see a face.
Right.
It's not sending pictures or anything else. So that's what we're seeing, and that's the kind of technology that's showing up, just ready to go in our embedded space. And it's going to be the challenge of embedded developers, not to find, implement AI ML, but figure out what to do with it and how to improve their products, how to improve reliability, and how to improve security, all using edge intelligence.
Wow, terrific stuff. So, hey, Digi International showing soup to nuts IoT solutions for connectivity, for embedded developers. Great stuff, Bob.
Great. Thanks for having me, Keith. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for joining us.